Hello boy. Well, I thought today we'd just do a video on the Crompton lighting securelite outdoor security lights. We got two here. We got the fluorescent and the incandescent version. All is identical. These lights are used in common areas such as schools, car parks, garage, anywhere where you need a security light to be used. Okay, so they come in a box like this. As you can see, this is the new box from Crompton line. This is the older style one. Okay, now I've done videos on these lights already. I thought I'd just do another one with them both together, a little bit of comparison. I like comparing, so we'll get them out. So I'll get them out of the box just to show you the difference here. Now I'm gonna have to do this two-handed, so I'm gonna have to put my iPad down so I can do it. Hopefully the iPad will not tip over. Okay, so this is the fluorescent one. Okay, and as you can see, it's a big light. It's got acrylic diffuser. It's plastic and it's weatherproof. Okay, so this one here is the same thing, except this one's a bit smaller. Okay, of course the instructions are in there as well. So I'll just put that aside. So these are lights here. As you see, they're exactly identical. The only difference is just the size and the shape. You see the shape of this. This one's a little bit. This is called the mini secure line. This one's called the standard secure line. You can see the shape of the lights. They're different shape and everything like that. Of course, it's got knockouts here. So, if you want to run the cord through there, you can just. You just got to drill that out and knock that out to actually make it possible. Philips makes lights like these. They're called the Philips Vanderlight. They don't have knockouts like this, of course. The mini one does, only on one side. This one's got it on both sides, as you can see. Okay, so they're a very good light. They're a great light. It's a good idea to get these. They come with, this one comes with a fluorescent tube, a T8 fluorescent tube, which is a warm white. It's a Osram tube. It's a cheapo Chinese tube, but it's what comes with it. And of course, this one here, the bulb doesn't come with this light, but you can buy it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take these under the screws which hold the fuses on, and I'll show you the inside of the light. So of course I'm going to have to put the iPad down to do it. Oh. See what's in the garbage bin now, do you? Okay, so I'll undo the fuses here. Okay, I'll undo them both together so that way I don't have to undo it later. They're held on by two screws at the top of the fuser covers. Okay, and word to the wise, this screw here, make sure you hang on to these screws, and if you are installing them, these are very hard to find, so just don't lose them. The other one. Okay, the mini diffuser's loose, now I'll do the big one. Okay, so I just go undo it at the top and the bottom. With the big one, you can use a flathead or a Phillips head screwdriver. With the little one, you can only just use a Phillips head. It's just the way they come from factories. It's the way they're supplied to Bunnings and Masters, and okay, so it's just the way you can get them. This is the way they come. This is the only way they come. So, if any other different versions of these lights, the only other version you'll get is the Philips one. The Philips one where you got no knockouts. The Philips have made a new Vanderlight now, which has got knockouts on all four edges. When I get my hands on one of them, I'll do a separate video of that. Okay, I've loosened the diffusers up. Now you'll be able to see what's inside. Okay, so what you do is you get the diffuser off, you just lift it up on it and put it aside. And this is what's inside the lights. Do you hear the difference? This is what's inside the little one. You have a reflector. You have the socket, which is a screw socket. You have the screws which hold this cover on where you get the terminal blocks. And of course you have the globe. The globe, it doesn't come with a light, but you can buy it separately. You have to buy the globe separately. Of course the bulb you use will be a bulb with this type of base, E27. If you need a B22 base, you will need to use the socket adapter to actually make it possible to actually fit one of them bulbs. If I take this cover off, you'll find the terminal block. On the other video I did with this light, I didn't take the cover off. but I might take the cover off with this video just to show you the inside there. Now with the fluorescent one, you have the tube which comes with it. This is an Osram tube, as you can see. It's a cheap Chinese tube, so they're not good tubes to even begin with. You have the starter. Now it came with one of those clear starters, the blue one, which I showed you in the other video. I took it out for collectability purposes. I just put this one in there, so this starter does not come with a light. It comes with a different one. Of course, this plate's held on by 4 screws. Of course, you have the info sticker. The info sticker's on the reflector on that one. This one's on the plate. You have the 2 screws there. They hold the ballast in. You got this cable tie that holds the capacitor in. And this here is where the terminal block is. You have 2 lamp holders. Okay, so of course they're held in by the clips there. You can get the screw-on ones, the HPM ones. Those are better. Those are better. And of course you got the 2 screws to hold the plate on. Yeah. So the housing is plastic. So of course if you drop it, it could break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the screws which hold this plate on, and I'll show you the inside. I got to skin off to do it off camera. Okay, so it's 4 screws, and of course these screws are tiny, so don't lose. So you have to hold on to them because these are easily able to be lost. So just don't lose them. Yeah, with an LED tube, which is this one here, yeah, I do recommend you should buy the LED tube because it's a better tube. It will last you for years, more better than the tube that comes with. Okay, so if you want buy lights like these, I recommend you get LED globes because they'll last you for years, and you don't have to just change it for years. So if you buy these lights, get LED globes. LED tube, you can get LED tube. You can get an LED light compact fluorescent globe. Okay, alright, the plates are off and done. Now I'll be able to show you what's inside the lights. Okay, so we'll start off with the new one. Underneath there you'll be able to get to the other screw hole. Inside here you have your terminal block. As you see there, it's got 2 terminals. You wire that up to turn that light on. Okay, now with this light, you undo just 2 screws, you leave them 2 in. To get the plate off, what you do is you grab the lamp holder and you lift it up and it just slides off like that. And then the plate's off, and I'll flip the plate around and you'll be able to see what's on the inside of the plate. Here you have a ballast. This is a ballast for a 18-watt tube. And of course the best part is, look where it was made. That's right, made in Australia. Good quality. This here is the starter receptacle. This here is the terminal block. Of course this one's triple insulated earthed, and here you have a capacitor. Okay, so this is the capacitor for the light. And there you can see where the lamp holders are wired in. So these lights, these were made in Africa, so they're good quality. Much more better than the cheapo Chinese stuff. So these are expensive African lights. They're pretty expensive, these lights. This one you can get for this one's about $55. This one here is about 20. So they're pretty expensive. They're quite expensive. Okay, so to retighten the plate, what you do is you put the screws back in and tighten them down. It's a good idea to actually start to finger tighten these screws before you screw them down with the screwdriver, because they've got very fragile threading, and if you cross thread them, you're in trouble. Oh, and you might notice there's a rubber seal around the housing of both the lights, which enables the weatherproofing. Okay, of course you got these 2 holes here. That's for the diffuser to screw into place. So once you put those screws in, you simply screw them down like this. You screw them down till they won't go down any further like that. Okay, now you notice I'm a lot more awkward getting these tightened up than I usually am with my other battens, and I'll tell you why. Because these are a little bit tight, hard threading to do. Just tighten it down until it's tight, because if it's loose, the plate will move. The plate will move around. You really don't, and it wouldn't be very pleasant with your plate moving around when you're actually trying it. When you have this up on your, whoops, you know what happened there? That screw's not lined up. Didn't line up with that screw, so I've got to unscrew this plate and fix it up. make sure that you line it up, because it will not, because if it's like that, it won't work. You have to line it up. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here. So that's the look up at the securelite outdoor security lights. If you want them, you can buy them from a local hardware. They're good lights. They're great lights. They're good for commercial places, good for schools, good place we need an outdoors light. Okay, so if you have any questions, ask me. Just ask, and that'll be it.